Hi there, I'm Lisa Dean, the Laughter and Entertainment Specialist. And I'm here to tell you about what we did in 2015, all the fun things, and also perhaps we want to talk about New Year's resolutions. Have you been sticking to your New Year resolutions? Well, my idea about New Year resolutions is that they come in 1 year and go out the next. And the one thing that I would, my New Year's resolution is to avoid people that ask me about my New Year's resolutions. But this is Lisa Dean talking about laughter and life, and to tell you about a few things that we did in 2015, just to remind you. And the first thing I want to talk about is the I Can Look After Myself project, which has a clown as the star. And we had some lovely events this year. The first one was Share Your Passion, where we actually went to an art exhibition by Lee Hirsh, and we shared our passion. Each person in the group talked about what they were passionate about. That was the first one. We had a second one also later in the year at Botanical Gardens in Cranbourne, and these are very special events because people like to talk about what excites them and what's important to them. The online group met a number of times, and we had topics like I'm allowed to cry, laughter, why laughter is important, and I can't remember, but there were quite a few, and we did have people turning up. We talked about anxiety and different things for healing, so I would love to have some more people come along for that. We have the Facebook page running and video blogs starting, so that's and I'd like to thank the people that were involved and have supported the mums group, which I started this year and has been running quite well this year. The second project to tell you about was You and I, and You and I is a song which I have written for anti-bullying, and I've taken lyrics which were created by Dante Company and adapted it, and it's a beautiful song, so I'm very happy with it. We did some work in the studio. Carlos Ramsey worked with backing track, so I'll be setting up a page for this. It's a new thinking song for a kind of anti-bullying campaign. So look out for You and I and like the page, and you'll get a free MP3 of the song. The third project for me was The Mystical Rose, and I performed the 3 songs from The Mystical Rose at 3 events. The first one was at Bad Folk, which is the Berwick and District Folk Club, and I performed a song a cappella, and the song is called A Higher Place. Then the next time I performed it was at the FUN, which stands for Folk Uniting Night, and I had an accompanist that night, unusual instruments that we use, special scales. Somebody said it seemed like they had visited an Arabic country to listen to the music, and that's true because we were using an alternative scale for these songs. And then we performed them again at a concert which was presented by women composers around Melbourne, and we presented that at Sassafras Church. I'm sure this event will happen again, and we performed 3 songs at that concert. The quality of the performances by the composers and their musicians was of a very high calibre. proud to be involved. So I'll try and list some of the people involved in that later. And then the last event that I had was the Santa's Helpers, and we presented a festival at Brentford Square. We had the jazz band, Jangles the Christmas Elf, face painters and magician and that sort of thing. We've been doing this for 3 years running, and we had lots of photos on Facebook, so you probably will have seen that. We had Santa working as well, so that was Santa's Helpers for this year. I'd like to thank a few people involved in these different projects with you and I. Gabby Company, her son Dante Company, who wrote the original lyrics for you and I. The I Can Look After Myself group of people who came to events this year, and that included Annette White, Julie Heribrand, and there have been a few others as well who've come along to one or another. The Mystical Rose concert, if I start to list people I might forget some. Joe Selleck, Jackie Rutten, Christina Green, and myself, and I can't remember the other two. And then the Santa's Helpers event, of course I'd like to thank the traders at Brentford Square and Rachel Poldermans, who's the marketing manager for the shopping centre, for having us back again. Had a great year in 2015. Looking forward to some fun things happening in 2016, so look out for my posts, look out for new recordings being released, particularly Sun Pictures Meditation and the Sun Pictures page. Though there you are. This is Lisa Dean talking about laughter and life. Keep on laughing.